Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine a world, right, where you can just step into any environment you can think of, like a fantasy landscape or maybe a historical city, and you can interact with it in real time. Sounds like pure science fiction, doesn't it? Well, today we're doing a deep dive into something pretty amazing from Google DeepMind. It's called Genie 3. And they're not just calling it a video generator. This is apparently a general purpose world model.
Yeah, and that term world model is really key here. What's fascinating is that these models, like Genie 3, they're AI systems built to actually understand and simulate parts of the world. It's not just about making images move. It's a really big leap, I think, towards training more capable AI agents.
Yeah.
Allowing them to predict how environments change and how their own actions affect things.
Okay, so general purpose world model. That sounds big. What does it actually, do? What can it generate? And what makes Genie 3 different from, say, other generative AI we've seen floating around?
Well, think of it maybe as an interactive dream machine. That's kind of close. Genie 3 generates these incredibly diverse dynamic worlds just from a simple text prompt. But the crucial part is the interactivity. You're not just watching. You can actually navigate these worlds in real time.
Real time.
Yeah, at a pretty smooth 24 frames per second, 720p resolution. And importantly, it keeps things looking consistent for, well, several minutes at least.
Wow. Okay. Real time navigation at 24 fps. That sounds impressive. Can you give us some examples? Like, what kind of stuff does the source material show it doing? What are the highlights?
Oh, absolutely. It can handle complex physics, for instance.
Yeah.
You could prompt it, like a volcanic area with lava flowing, or maybe a jet ski during a festival of lights. And the system actually renders that dynamically as you interact. It's not pre-baked video. It's generating as you go.
So simulating natural phenomena, detailed stuff, like running by the shores of a glacial lake, or maybe exploring a Japanese Zen garden.
Yeah, exactly that kind of thing. But and this is where it gets really interesting. Like you said, Dream Machine, it could totally tap into imagination. Pure fantasy. Generate scenarios like, get this, a fluffy creature bounding across a rainbow bridge.
Seriously.
Yeah. Or even an origami-style lizard. It's not just rendering what it's seen, it's sort of actualizing abstract concepts into interactive realities.
Yeah.
Pretty wild stuff.
Okay, that is wild. And I saw something about historical settings too, like transcending time and space.
That's right. You could potentially find yourself, say, exploring the Palace of Knossos on Crete, as it might have looked back in its heyday, or walking around ancient Athens. Again, it's not just a static image. The AI is trying to simulate that environment as you move through it. That's the general purpose part, handling this huge range of concepts.
This sounds technically very challenging. You mentioned it doesn't rely on like standard 3D models. How does it pull off that real-time consistency in memory then?
Yeah, that's really the core technical breakthrough here. Unlike other methods that often need pre-built 3D assets or lots of training on one specific place, Genie 3 sort of builds the world frame by frame. It's reacting to your input. It basically learns to generate the next logical frame based on the previous ones and whatever action you took. And it holds on to a visual memory for up to about a minute. So think of it less like rendering a finished scene and more like an AI continuously imagining and creating a consistent world around you as you move.
Okay, that makes sense. So stepping back, what's the bigger picture here? Beyond just cool interactive experiences, what's the wider impact?
Well, it's seen as a really critical step for what's called embodied agent research. That's basically training AI systems, think robots or virtual agents, that learn by interacting within an environment. Imagine training something like Sima, DeepMind's agent that learns from different game worlds. Genie 3 could provide almost unlimited rich simulation environments, places for AI to learn complex tasks, try out strategies, even figure out their own weaknesses, all safely and scalably. It feels like a key stepping stone towards, well, potentially AGI.
Right, but it's still a research preview, you mentioned, so there must be limitations, right? What can it do yet?
Oh, for sure. It's definitely early days in some respects. The action space, meaning the range of things an agent can actually do in these worlds, is still somewhat limited. And accurately modeling multiple independent agents interacting, that's still a big challenge. Plus, it can't simulate real places with perfect geographic accuracy. And the interactions themselves are capped at a few minutes right now. DeepMind is quite clear it's a limited research preview. They're emphasizing responsible development, working with their internal teams to get feedback and, mitigate risks.
Got it. So still evolving, but Genie 3 definitely feels like a significant moment for these world models. Opens up fascinating possibilities for education, maybe training simulations, and just truly immersive generative media.
Absolutely. And it leaves you with a pretty interesting question, doesn't it? If you could instantly generate and step into literally any world, real or totally imagined, what would you explore first? And maybe more profoundly, how might that kind of capability eventually change how we understand learning or even reality itself?